I love Thanksgiving.
You strike me as like not, you bring like mashed potatoes, box mashed potatoes.
I'm bringing
That's what
myself.
you strike me. So you don't bring anything. You just bring to-go plates?
In my defense, I will bring the cups if needed, but also I offer to put in for whatever you're about to spend. I'll donate. Why do I need to bring something else?
It just does something to my soul when somebody knocks at that door and I go to the door and there's some flowers or there's some like chocolate. But when it's just them, I'll be like, damn, you have the audacity. Like to just, I can't even imagine. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Post Moves. I'm
We're
Candace
back.
Parker.
And I'm Aliyah Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
AB,
hey,
some call her
hey.
AB.
I also go by Ep.17. I don't know who calls me that, but I do. So,
But your number wasn't always 7. We learned that last episode. Hey, follow us at Post Moves Show on all social. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
new episodes drop every Wednesday. You can keep sending us your questions. You can DM them to Post Moves Instagram or leave it in the comments on YouTube.
Thanksgiving?
I love Thanksgiving.
What
are you doing?
Strike me as like not, you bring like mashed potatoes.
Well, that's actually very nice that you think I bring something.
Box mashed potatoes.
I'm bringing
That's what
myself.
You strike me. So you don't bring anything. You just bring to-go plates?
Why would I? I don't even bring that. I bring
That's
myself. Why would
you
I?
Are, so here is the thing. In America, and this is what I learned from traveling abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Every time one of my foreign friends, Canadian vibes, it doesn't matter. It's just not in the continental United States. Even Hawaiians, they're not continental. They bring something when they come over. Wine, cheese.
No, that's amazing.
Some chocolate,
I really
something.
love that for
because
them.
if a house is hosting Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
do not be that person that just shows up at the door like, yo, what up?
What? Well,
Thanks for inviting me.
in my defense, I will bring the cups if needed, but also I offer to put in for whatever you're about to spend. I'll donate. Why do I need to bring something
Bring
else?
a chocolate. Bring something. Do not be that person. I am
This
going to be that person.
next
Generation
Again,
has to be better.
This year, I'm going to be that person. So it's just about embracing that and understanding when AB7, hear that, comes over for Thanksgiving, she will bring the cups and herself.
Well, anywho.
Well, just invite me over, but it doesn't sound like I'm really
I'm
getting
trying to
invited.
help you out because I host Thanksgiving a lot. Not this year because I will be working at the Players Era in Vegas, covering some really amazing basketball.
It's going to be fun.
South Carolina is actually going to be there.
I know. Go Gamecocks.
be
Remember, hype them
broadcasting.
up.
I will. I got you. I'll say hi to Coach for you. I'm the one that usually either cooks or is providing the food. And it just does something to my soul when somebody knocks at that door and I go to the door and there's some flowers or there's some like chocolate. But when it's just them, I'll be like, damn, you have the audacity. Like to just, I can't even imagine. But anyway, everybody does things differently. What is your favorite side?
Mac and cheese.
Thanksgiving side? Mac and cheese. Who makes the mac and cheese in your house?
My mom made the mac and cheese. My aunts make the mac and cheese. It's gonna be bust every single time.
Okay.
If I was cooking, I wouldn't make the mac and cheese, but I know they would, you know?
Okay. Well, since you don't bring anything to the house and you're not going to ask me what my favorite side is.
I was about to ask you what your favorite side is.
I'll just tell you what my favorite side is. My mom's, okay, it's a tie. My mom's stuffing, which is actually dressing. It's dressing because it's not in the turkey. I don't like the stuffing in the turkey. It's got to be like separate. She makes the absolute best dressing I've ever had in my life. And corn pudding. My grandmother's recipe for corn pudding is fire. And so those two are the staple for us in our household. It's kind of like a traditional thing, family. Like my grandmother passed away some years ago. And so we always like make that and make a point of saying how great Mimi's sides are. Hey, we did this thing. I worked Prime Studio for the first time this week. It was really cool. Watch Şengün try to go at Jokic. Jokic got the better of him. Big brother sucks. But we did this thing, and our social media, they said start, bench, cut. Okay. So turkey, sweet potato casserole, or pumpkin pie. So you got to start, bench, cut.
Okay, I'm starting turkey. I'm benching. What was the other one? Oh, sweet potato casserole. I'm benching that, and I'm cutting pumpkin pie.
Okay, this has become somewhat of a cultural discussion because we realized that the trend was towards people of our culture cutting pumpkin pie. What is your feeling on pumpkin pie?
It's not for me. I don't do pumpkin pie. I've never done pumpkin pie.
Listen, post-ups.
Because what is the purpose of pumpkin pie?
Listen, post-ups. If you have a pumpkin pie recipe that will knock my socks off, please send it in because I just don't like pumpkin pie. I'll mess up a chocolate pie, even a sweet potato pie. I'll like dip my fork in a little bit, put some, whipped cream on it and something. But pumpkin pie,
honestly, I don't even do pies.
Oh, see, I mess up some pies. So what's your dessert after Thanksgiving?
I don't even know if I eat dessert.
You just get another plate and a to-go plate.
My plate to go. And I go home. Because I don't really think I'm a desserty. Is that a word?
I think it's more like sweet tooth, but we'll go with desserty. Maybe that's the new term for millennials. I mean, not millennials. Gen Z, you're Gen Z.
Gen Z, I guess, yeah.
Okay, well, all post-ups, happy Thanksgiving. We hope you all eat a lot of food, get a lot of togetherness, avoid political discussions at the dinner table. We hope that your aunt and uncles, your old heads fall asleep on the couch and you give your grandparents lots and lots and lots of love. All right, it's time for what we want to talk about. Presented by AT&T, connecting our fans to everything happening on and off the court. So let's get to it. The lottery.
Lottery pick.
Okay. We're recording this show a day early because I have to work 97 million hours next week. And I could not.
You're a working woman. You're a busy woman.
I'm doing 3 games tomorrow. This is crazy. And you have to do research and all that stuff. So we're recording a little bit early. So we will not see the lottery, but we will discuss it next week on this episode because by the time you hear this, we'll already know who got the number 1 pick. But the Wings have a 42% odds of getting it. Lynx 26%, Storm 16%, Mystics 9%, and Sky 5.5%.
Who do you think?
Who do you think? No, I'm asking you. Who do you think?
It's the way that I really feel the Wings can get the number 1. But I mean, what are the chances of 2 number 1s, especially after the Fever's already done it? So let's say Minnesota just shocks everybody and they get it.
So you're saying Minnesota is going to be like the Dallas Mavericks?
They're just going to.
Minnesota is going to be like Dallas Mavericks and swoop in and just have no odds and just get the pick.
And just take it.
I'm going to go with the Wings getting the pick again because they deserve it. They've been really bad. And they're moving to Dallas. Am I wrong? The Wings have been really bad. Like anytime you lose that many games in 2 seasons, you're really bad.
Okay, hey. We had 2 number 1 picks, please.
And you guys were really bad. And now look where it at.
Woohoo!
In the semifinals to go to the WNBA finals, game 5. So a lot can happen and a lot rides on this lottery. WNBA CBA update. Earlier this week, news came out. The WNBA had offered players a new collective bargaining agreement that included a max salary of more than $1.1 million, minimum salary of more than $220,000, average salary of more than $460,000. Now, mind you, I'm reading these numbers because I didn't make this in my entire career, which is insane. Those numbers would start in the first year of the deal and increase over the length of the CBA. In 2025, the league's minimum salary was $66,000 and its supermax was $249,000. So you're saying basically the average salary nearly doubles the supermax of what it is now. But the reports are saying that the numbers are misleading. The latest offer includes $1 million max salary, but only if certain revenue sharing targets are hit. The base super max in 2026 would remain in the six figures. It's also being reported that players' share of revenue under the league's latest offer would not be significantly different than it is now, which I believe is roughly around 9%. WNBPA doesn't see proposed 1.1 max salary as moving negotiations forward. Will a deal be reached before November 30th? I think only time will tell.
Only time will tell, seriously.
We stand with the WNBPA. I do think sometimes in negotiations, these numbers can be misleading, as we found out in the last CBA. Yeah, I think only time's going to tell.
Yeah.
Because a big point of contention has been the revenue share and it not changing, but throwing in front of players numbers that they've asked for. But really the way to have salaries grow correctly is through discussing and agreeing on rev share, because the NBA gets 50. We're not going to get anywhere near 50, but there are a bunch of numbers between 9 and 50. So we'll see. New York Liberty have agreed on a deal to hire Golden State Warriors assistant coach Chris DeMarco as their new head coach. DeMarco has been with the Warriors since 2012 and has won 4 NBA championships. He's also the head coach of the Bohemian men's national team.
Yeah, I mean, now they got their coach. They're the last ones. I guess we'll see what their offense looks like. I mean, you think it's going to be Sabrina coming off screens like Curry?
I am all for the best person getting the job. But when there's a trend that goes in the way of thinking that just because you are an NBA assistant, that you're better for the job. I don't know what went on in that process. And I don't know what went on in a number of coaching searches that, came up this year. There were a number of coaches and teams that were hiring. You think of, the Tempo, you think of Dallas, you think of the Liberty, and am I missing one?
Portland hired.
Portland. And the trend has been male assistant coaches, and some of which aren't bench coaches. They're behind the bench coaches. And so we as a league, I believe, have to have the conversation of how can we better prepare our assistants and our past players to be in positions to be head coaches in our league, because it's becoming kind of like the NBA back in the day when they had no African-American male coaches, and the league is predominantly made up by African-American males, as is the WNBA. And so to not see that representation, it's similar to, I think, opportunity. You look at the NFL now, it's a whole lot more color than it was at the quarterback position than it was back before. And I think a lot of it had to do around the conversation. So I'm all for the best person getting the job. These individuals are, truly qualified. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that it is very interesting that we have been so protective and a part of growing our game. And now when the money is better and financially you can pay a coach what they truly deserve, now those jobs are going to others. And so I think it's a conversation that if the WNBA is not having, they need to have, whether there needs to be criteria in which the NFL demanded the NBA the same. But like I said, they're in the interviews. They're just not getting the jobs. So we'll see. Good luck. I know that there are a number of male coaches that were hired this year. So I also know that there are a number of people in the WNBA that are not going to win. So let's see what happens later on with those jobs.
Brother.
Am I lying? Like, you hire all of these individuals that are past NBA assistants. Somebody's not going to win.
Yep.
It's just going to be the case. And so we're going to see where that progression goes. CP3.
Retiring.
I'm not talking about myself. I already retired. Chris, come on in. The water's warm. Chris Paul retiring after this season. On Saturday morning, he posted on social media, "What a ride. Still so much left. Grateful for this last one." Over his 21-year career, 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defensive Team, 2006 Rookie of the Year. I mean, what an incredible career. One of the best point guards to ever pick up a ball. He did it, which I thought was amazing because he's from North Carolina. He did it before facing the Charlotte Hornets. But congratulations, Chris, on an amazing career. And I think all of us are better after watching you play. So moving on to women's basketball. Connecticut faced number 6 Michigan.
That was a game. That was a game. I mean, it started off, obviously, UConn they were rolling. Came out in halftime. Michigan threw that zone out. Syla Swords went bananas. We were watching the game. We were at Coach's house, and Tessa was like, "Oh, if they get 2 threes here." And everybody was like, "You think that's going to happen?" Here comes Syla Swords. Bang. Bang.
Syla Swords had 29 points for Michigan. So again, Michigan trailed by 20 at halftime. Yep. We got to give it up because Steady Eddie, you know what it's like. I know what it's like. The expectations when you're a top player in the country is like, oh, she got 30. She got 20, whatever rebounds, like whatever. No, we going to take a moment and say Azzi Fudd led with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. She was 7 of 12 from beyond the arc.
That was crazy.
Sarah Strong, 16 points and a career high 20 rebounds.
Boards.
She was gobbling them rebounds up. 4 blocks,
she had
3
like
steals.
10 rebounds at half. It was crazy.
It's wild. And I think the thing that I really enjoyed watching was Michigan's like strategy behind, we're not going to keep doing the same thing. Like sometimes people come out and they're like, well, we're down 20. We're not going to make any adjustments. But sometimes when you don't know what you're doing, the other team doesn't know what you're doing either. And so we would throw out zones sometimes to just get momentum. And Michigan did a great job of doing that. 9 points in the final minute, 21 of Michigan's 42 points in the second half. That's what Syla Swords had. 9 rebounds. Ridiculous. And then there was a shot that was heard kind of around the basketball community. Hannah Hidalgo hits game winner. She called game on USC.
That pull-up was so tough. She had the ISO at the top, got to that right-hand jumper, and then she walked around the court. Looking.
It's so funny as a fan because we've played and when you're in those moments, you know what the other team, what the other player's going to do. You know their strengths. You know the scouting report. You knew that Hannah Hidalgo, everybody in the arena, everybody in women's basketball knew she was going to go right.
She's going right.
But guess what? You got to stop it. Just like everybody in the NBA knew Allen Iverson was going to hit that crossover. Boop. I'm going to see if he bites a little bit. Got MJ. He got MJ on the cross. Like everybody knew what he was going to do. That right to left cross. But guess what? Hannah Hidalgo called game on number 11 USC. A great bounce back win for them after, who did they lose to?
Well,
did they lose to Michigan? There you go. After losing to Michigan and her having a tough game. I love bounce back games like that. LSU is rolling, opened up the season with 6 straight wins, scoring over 100 points, tying the NCAA record for the most consecutive 100-point games. So we know they can score. So who did they tie with? The record was last set by Louisiana Tech in 1982. That was the year Kim Mulkey won the first ever NCAA title with the team. You talk about full circle.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's kind of crazy for real.
And Malaysia Fulwale surpassed 1,000 career points in her last game at Alcorn State. Phenomenal. I mean, LSU's rolling. I want to see when they suit up and they play a team that can hold their own a little bit. I think that this is a great slate for them to get off, feel good, get confidence. But I can't wait till they start playing in the SEC. We're going to see what some of the teams can scout for them because they're tough.
They can score everywhere.
Yes, you got Flage.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I'm excited to continue to watch them. On the other side of the spectrum, I'm actually covering Duke on Wednesday in the Players Era tournament.
That versus my Gamecocks, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that they're scouting for your Gamecocks right now. Duke's women's basketball team. I got on Chelsea last week, and now I'm gonna have to call her back up again this week. They just had their third loss of the season to unranked South Florida. The final score was 85-72, and that is their third. First two were from West Virginia and Baylor. Baylor was ranked. They started the season ranked 7th. What do you think is going on? And I understand that you have to kind of walk on eggshells because she is the Olympic coach, so you want to make sure that you stay on her good side. Yeah, you want to make sure. Trust me, you don't want to get on the Olympic coach's bad side. Okay.
Oh,
I did that. Yeah. I did that. It's not going to work out well for you. So make sure you tread carefully.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of everything. Gotta score the ball probably a lot quicker than just half court sets. And honestly, though, their defense, I mean, it's relative. They have good athletes, but South Florida, I mean, they were moving that ball. Like, they were drive, attack, hit the paint, spray threes. South Florida's guard, let me tell you, she went bananas. I think that second half, it was 3 after 3 after 3, and they just couldn't get a stop. So I don't know, but hey, go Gamecocks. Let's get a good one.
Well, if they don't pack their defense against South Carolina, it is going to be a long Thanksgiving break. I'm looking forward to seeing great basketball. I'm all for teams playing solid schedules at this point in the year. I have to shout out Coach Summit because she always wanted to play the toughest schedule. She always wanted to smoke. We played the toughest schedule in the country. She put us on the road in hostile environments because she wanted us prepared, not for November and December in our resume. She wanted us prepared for March and April, which is the most important. So Duke basketball, there's a lot of time left in the season. You can turn it around. Conference play is a lot, but you got to get it together. All right. So last week we did our all-star starting five for our jersey numbers. This week on the internet, we saw a WNBA post about 2024 versus 2025 all rookie teams. Who wins a game to 21? Why is it 21? Why can't it just be who wins a game?
No,
why's it gotta be 21?
Because people play to 21. That's what
21 is like not 5-on-5. 21 is like, yo, check up. We got 3 people. You never played jackpot.
Come
on, man.
You can't just play to 21. Like, what's the problem with 21?
I want a full game. And we're going to go down the list. This is kind of tough. I'm not going to lie. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Camila Cardoza, Rakia Jackson, Phoebish versus 2025, which is Paige Beckers, Sonia Citron, Kiki Irafren, Dominique Malonga, and Janelle Salon. Ooh.
I can't even lie, though. Hear me out. I low-key think 2024 would win that.
They definitely have more shooting on 2024.
But I mean,
Dominique Malonga
can really
okay, let's go matchup. Let's go matchup to matchup. Okay, so obviously what the people want to see is Caitlin versus Paige. Okay, and then you got Sonia Citron against Rakia Jackson. Kiki against Angel. Dominique Malonga.
Camilla.
No, Dominique's got it. Yeah, Camilla.
That's a matchup. Like, it's not just going to be a walk in the park. It's Saloon.
Okay. We're going to do this. Who wins the matchup between Caitlin and Paige? I already know what you're going to say.
My girl, Caitlin. What?
Okay.
You knew that.
Who wins the matchup between Sonia Citron and Rakia. We'll do Rakia. Sonia Citron and Rakia.
I still think Rakia can win that. You think Sonia's going to win that?
That is more of like a coin toss, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Skill set wise, they actually play very similar, but I do think system wise, it's different. So we're seeing different skill sets.
That's true.
Because Rakia doesn't play in Sonia's system and Sonia doesn't play in Rakia's system. Angel and Kiki.
Let me tell you, that would be one heck of a matchup.
Right?
That would really be one heck of a matchup.
That's what I said. 21 isn't enough.
You're right. We probably should do a full game.
That's what I said. We should do a full game. What's 21? 21 is like you just getting a little sweat in, you know?
It's really hard to put the matchups. Like, it's literally hard.
I'm going with 2024.
I'm going with 2024.
I'm going with 2024 right now. But long term, Dominique Malonga might be one of the best post players to play in the WNBA, to be honest with you. Okay, so we are going to do another rookie squad versus another rookie squad.
I prefer not, really.
What about my own year in 2008? Many, many, many moons ago. So it was 2008 draft class. Myself, Sylvia Fowles, Candace Wiggins, Nikki Anosike, Matee Ajvan, and Amber Holt versus your
AB
2023.
Diamond Miller, Dorka Juhas, Jordan Horston, and Lee Meng. You know, I ride for my 2023 squad.
Do you?
Would I be telling the truth that we would beat the 2008 squad? I would be lying. And I would hate to get up on this pod and start lying.
Okay, to your credit, our advantage is that you have seen how careers have panned out. It has only been 2 years since that draft. Jordan Horston got hurt, so who knows? She might end up being an all-star. Diamond Miller has had a tough time just in terms of being traded and in and out of lineups and going to Dallas and things like that. Lee Meng, to me, is pretty nice. I think we whoop your ass, I'm not gonna lie. But I was trying to make you feel better.
You didn't have to say that. The thing is, you didn't have to say that.
You had hope, though, and that's what I like providing. In the holiday spirit, we provide hope. All right, that wraps up what we want to talk about, presented by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
After we won the national championship in 2022, I saw you, Candace, in the crowd, and I just grabbed the mic and said it. I love you, girl.
And I felt that because I saw myself in you, the joy, the pressure, the entire journey.
You've always been someone that I've looked up to, and hearing you say, "You got this," that meant more to me than you probably even know.
That's what Adidas is all about. The You Got This campaign is a reminder that support, even one moment, one voice, can change everything.
Whether it's a coach, a teammate, a friend, sometimes it just takes someone reminding you who you are.
We've both had those people, and now we're trying to be that for someone else.
Learn more about the You Got This message at adidas.com/yougotthis and follow along at Adidas and at Adidas US.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. It's the holiday season, the best time of year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there is one place where it feels good to be right. Prize Picks. I downloaded the Prize Picks app, and I've been playing every week since. It's really easy to get started. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players' stats. That's it. Luka's been on one this season, as all of us know, so I've been going more on his points basically every single time. Prize Picks also has stacks now, so if you're feeling Steph Curry, you can pick more on his points, assists, and threes, all in the same lineup. They also rolled out early payouts, which is clutch. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might have the option to cash out before the game even ends. And listen, if you're a Bears fan like me, you never know what's going to happen in the fourth quarter. So I don't need any extra stress. Early payouts are my friend. So if your fantasy team is cooked, like mine usually is by December, Prize Picks lets you keep the fun going every single week. You still get to make picks, root for players, and actually feel like you know what you're doing out there. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code POSTMOVES to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code POSTMOVES to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Candace, honestly, my favorite plays are the ones where a teammate just knows what you need, like they're 2 steps ahead.
Exactly. That's the AT&T guarantee. They don't wait for you to ask. In rare event of a network outage, they'll automatically credit you for a full day of service.
So basically, it's like your PG throwing you the perfect pass before you even post up. Like, just lead me to the rim.
Or when AB is already in position before anyone else sees it coming.
All I'm saying is staying connected matters. And with AT&T, they make sure that you're covered.
That's connection with commitment. That's the AT&T guarantee.
AT&T, connecting changes everything.
Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details. All right, post-ups. By the time you're listening to this, it's officially Thanksgiving Eve. And apparently Aliyah and I got drafted to host Thanksgiving this year. You know those memes? What table are you sitting at?
Yep.
Are you aware of those memes?
I know those memes. Are you kidding me?
Okay. So our producer made us our own version. So if you don't like the guest list, don't be mad at us. Take it up with production. All right. So let's see who is pulling up to dinner and where they are sitting. So I'll do a table, you do a table.
Okay.
But we don't have to go in order. We can just like pick which table.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go in order. Table 1.
As you said, we don't have to go in order.
Well, first of all, I'm exhausted because clearly I've cooked everything for hosting Thanksgiving, and you're not bringing anything but yourself and your vibe. So spare me. You should have to read these whole things. All right. So table number 1, we got Lisa Leslie, Sabrina Ionescu, Sophie Cunningham, and Juju Watkins. Ooh.
Okay. All right. So we might as well just go in order. So table 2, DT, Asia, Sid Colson, and Cameron Brink. That's a funny table. You can't convince me otherwise. And I'm a funny person, but continue.
Table number 3, Cheryl Miller, Sue Bird, Caitlin Clark, and Azzi Fudd.
Okay, so table 4, Tamika Catchings, Paige Beckers, Nafisa Collier, and Kelsey Mitchell.
Number 5, Maya Moore, Kelsey Plum, Flau'jae Johnson, and the Stud Buds.
I love that they're a unit. I love that it's not just one.
The pink hair, they go together.
All right, in table 6, Cynthia Cooper, Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, and Jewel Lloyd.
Ooh, what table you sitting at? Okay, so we got, let's see, the funny table is table number 2.
Literally.
Table number 6. Do you think that they bring anything with them when they come to... Do you think that they bring like wine or flowers or something like that?
Okay, they definitely bring something. That table actually looks... Yeah, but I feel like that table actually looked like they genuinely are just going to bring stuff, you know?
I don't know if... Like Stewie, maybe.
I feel like Stewie will bring a wine.
Jewel... Yeah, maybe. Angel... Okay, maybe. Cynthia Cooper, she's old school, so she might bring something.
What? You want somebody to bring something so bad.
It's... I guarantee somebody is going to listen to this episode and they are going to stop by Ralph's on the way to Thanksgiving and they're going to get something to bring.
Well, I won't. So,
because Thanksgiving
Auntie,
is about
if you're hearing
bringing.
This, I'm bringing me and Ozzy to the crib. That's about it.
The entire purpose of Thanksgiving was like everybody brought something, and like that's the whole point of Thanksgiving. Oh,
for
Lord.
you.
And they shared. Okay, what table are you sitting at?
Okay, so I have 2 choices here.
Yep, and you have to pick one.
I'm going between table 2 and table 5. I won't even hold you.
Table 2 and table 5. So what table are you picking?
So I'm picking table 2. So it's going to be DT, Asia, Sid, and Cam. That is my squad. It's going to be the funniest table ever.
But I feel like that would be called the kids table. Like table 2 would be the kids table.
Why would you ever assume that?
Because you all would get in trouble the entire time at Thanksgiving.
But we would be cracking jokes.
Okay.
Like there wouldn't be a minute that didn't have jokes.
Okay, and I'm into like history and philosophical conversations and conversations about
tables.
aliens and all that stuff. So I am going to go with table number 3 with Cheryl Miller, Sue Bird, Caitlin Clark, Azzi Fudd. I feel like those discussions.
Do they look like they talk about aliens?
Yeah, like Sue definitely talks about aliens. Cheryl Miller, 100% philosophical. Azzi, you know, she's like mature college student.
So I'll be on table 2. So while you guys are talking about mythical creatures, Sydney will probably be cracking a joke that could ruin Thanksgiving. But really, that has nothing to do with me. But I will be there laughing. 100%.
But if you laugh, it's your fault. All right, so we picked our tables. You guys tell us whose table you're sitting at.
Yeah.
It's now time for You Got This, presented by Adidas. There's nothing like a great assist to help us remember you got this. Learn more about the You Got This message at adidas.com/yougotthis and follow the action on Instagram at Adidas and at Adidas US. Every week, we're going to shout out someone who inspired us, rose to the occasion, or made their moment count. This week, my You Got This moment goes to Syla Swords.
Ooh.
I saw the highlights. I was working, so I couldn't watch the entire game, but I was privy to this, like many of you, last year during her freshman year, when her and Michigan, I think in a lot of people's words, overachieved with a young roster, with a turnover, with lots of transfers from the year before. And she decided to stick with her commitment and stay at Michigan and build something great. They played UConn on Friday. Everyone is talking about Syla Swords. And although they came up short and they did not win, I do believe that she put herself on the map and made a statement about what's next and that people should be mentioning her name alongside some of the best players in the country. She had 29 points, 9 points in the final minute, 21 of Michigan's 42 points in the second half, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. She was 8 of 14 from deep. This season, she's averaging 15.6 points, 6 rebounds, 2.6 assists, shooting 46% from the field. And as a young player, you sometimes need games like this to remind yourself that
you're that girl.
That you're that girl. And the speed that she plays with, the shiftiness, the ability to get to her spots and get her shot. I know she comes from a basketball background. And it's just, I can't wait to watch her continue to develop because she's only a sophomore, which is insane.
It's going to be so fun to watch.
So much fun. All right. That was my You Got This moment presented by Adidas. Next week, it's back to you, Aliyah.
All right. Before we wrap things up, we got some fan questions. If you want to be featured on the show, keep sending them in. You can send DMs to the Post Move Instagram or leave it in the episode comments on YouTube. All right. First question from @CW31092. Very important question. What is the right time to eat Thanksgiving? Early afternoon, mid-afternoon, evening? What is it?
Mid-afternoon. Actually, no. Yeah, mid-afternoon is 2 o'clock.
Mid-afternoon, yeah.
Mid-afternoon, and then you can eat again like around 6:30, 7 o'clock while you're watching football. It's perfect.
See, my mid-afternoon is like a 4 o'clock.
That's late afternoon. That's like almost evening. What in the world?
I don't know. I feel like people eat at like 3. Do people really eat at like 2?
We plan to eat at that time, but it never happens.
Yeah, but like 3:30. I think that's right there.
We're always late. So yeah, that's about right. But I am going to get a second plate. And I don't eat before. So I'm
you
super
can't.
hungry.
Thanksgiving, it's meant for the meal. There's no breakfast.
No, not at all. Yep. Next question's @Ellie GXX321. Is it too early to have your Christmas tree up?
Honestly, I wait till after Thanksgiving. I won't even lie. I wait till after Thanksgiving. So yes, it's too early until after Thursday. Then you're more welcome to put it up. Your Christmas tree's up, isn't it?
No, it's not up. It's not up right now, but it's going to go up before Thanksgiving. It'll go up this week. I just feel like you don't get enough of it. If you put it up after Thanksgiving, it's like I spent all this time putting decorations up, decorating, doing Christmas lights, and this shit's going to stay up for 26 days? Like, all this work? Oh, no, you going to get these Christmas decorations.
Okay. All right. So next question from @NeverLetEvilDivideUs, period. What's one thing you're genuinely thankful for this year?
I am super grateful always for the time I get to spend with my family. and my parents and seeing them a bunch and them coming out here and seeing them with my kids is like nothing like it. So I would say like I had a bunch of family time this year. What about you?
I would say that too. My family and my dog, because this is going to be our first Thanksgiving, our first Christmas. I have to go shop for him. I hope my mom's not listening. Because like I didn't ask my family for their Christmas list, but I am going to go shop for Ozzy Posy because he needs some stuff. Got to get him like a sweater.
Dog moms are hilarious. All right. At AZ_Steina_04, food touching or not touching?
I hope no one judges me for this, but touching. I just said I hope no one judges me for this. And why would you make that face?
What's the craziest thing that you've had touch on your plate?
Everything.
You mean when you eat?
The only thing that cannot touch my plate, like I can't have like eggs and fruit on the same plate. Like that is not allowed. So like fruit cannot touch but I would put like the food and then I would put the salad on the same plate because like what's the problem?
My food can't touch. It cannot touch. And I've passed that idiosyncrasy down to my daughter. Like she is, if the food touches, she will literally not eat it. Like she's,
oh, wow.
And I do remember vividly my grandmother being like, it all goes to the same place. And I'm like, but I can control what I taste and what I don't. And I like my food not touching. I can't believe you're psycho.
Yeah, they'd have to touch though. It honestly works so much better that way when it's touching because it's like, it's just like the flavor. You get all the flavor.
Okay.
All right, next question from @_Southeast DC. Do y'all have Thanksgiving meals in college during the season? Yes.
I mean, she went to school not in the dark years. We had Thanksgiving. Actually, one of my favorite Thanksgivings with Tennessee was Mia Hamm is one of my favorite all-time athletes. And she actually was married to Garcia Parra, who played for the Cubs. It was awesome. We were playing in Texas and we had Thanksgiving meal with them the night before our game. So that was really cool. And actually, this week on Saturday, the entire University of Tennessee basketball team's coming over my house.
Wow.
And I am providing them with Thanksgiving. So we'll see how that goes. I hope that they count that as a Thanksgiving meal because I'm like, you got to eat right.
Well, are you expecting them to bring something?
No.
So it's fine if they don't bring anything.
I'm not expecting them to bring anything. However, if they bring something,
whatever.
It's going to make me happy.
Whatever.
All right. @sweetheart_Kiki22. On Thanksgiving, are there any special movies you like to watch with family?
Ooh, not any. Like, there's no specific movie, but I feel like there's never a bad time to watch any of the Home Alones.
That's like Christmas, though.
Yeah, but it's like you can still watch on Thanksgiving. If you can have the Christmas tree up, you can watch the Christmas movies.
Honestly, Four Christmases has become one of my favorite movies ever with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. That movie, if you watch it, if you have not seen it, please watch it. But Thanksgiving movies, I think it's more of a Christmas movie thing.
Yeah.
No?
See? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. We'll go with Christmas movies. Holler back at us in a couple days. All right. That's a wrap on this week's episode of Post Moves. Happy Thanksgiving. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Subscribe on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow Post Moves on all socials @PostMovesShow. That's 2 S's.
We'll see y'all next week. Bow, bow, bow. And we're out.